Spanish.
It's the day to be cranky.
What's different?
Welcome, everyone.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun.
Oh, my God.
On, is it the 16th of October, I think? Yes, 2020.
Yo.
Your manifesting questions answered live.
You know, some of y'all have dicked around all year. Just being blunt. Hey, another year's gone by dicking around, but I had a good...
Christmas decorations were in the brochures yesterday.
Christmas decorations. You want to know how, if you've been dicking around all year? When you see the Christmas decorations and you go,
Yeah, where did that year go?
Where'd that year go?
I know.
Yep, I love me some Christmas decorations. Triple D Iggy, Triple D Sizzle, Triple D Joe. Who'd I miss?
I don't know.
Say hi, Triple D Tomi, yo.
We probably missed Triple D Adelia.
Triple D Adelia.
Cool.
Like I said, there's going to be more Triple D folks than civilians at some point. Right?
Wow.
See, then there's Ross. See, but the thing is, Ross got me and Ross. We had coffee.
Did you?
Yeah, he was staying right around the corner here. Right?
I remember.
So that was Ross, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
I don't do coffee with strangers, by the way. I like that, dear Mr. 2020. If I could have 2 hours of your time, and if you could come join me for coffee, I only live 40 k's away from you.
Tommy reckons you look like a confused grandpa. Or something.
If I were a rich man,
hello, Alice.
Triple D.
Okay.
Bum,
So,
bum,
go to freeneville.com.
221 email this pseudo random. Click the link we send you in the email. I love every now and then somebody sends me an email back and it says confirming, and I write back, you click the fucking button. That buttons scare me. Then you're fucked up. Right? Just to be blunt, I can't help you. Quit imagining buttons are scary.
Well, that's like my mum. I said, sign up, see what our stuff's like. And she's like, oh, no. Like after I said, oh, how'd you go? Did you sign up? Oh, no. It says it's going to take my details or something. I said, yeah, it's us. It's me, Mum.
Yeah, like we don't know who the fuck you are.
Far out. So she wouldn't sign up. I was just like, oh, Mum, I give up. Right. Anyway.
And
join our 90-day adventure at Manifesting Mastery, course.com.
Like Rob Beggs says, it costs you fucking everything if you don't. I mean, and again, that's pretty vague, but let's just be honest. Go look at like the $70,000 win. You can waste time on Reddit. How about the woman that got married happily, right? Because she discovered it's about her. No. Not going to have that either. What else is it going to cost you? See, what it cost you, right? Let's face it. Systems, 15 to 25 minutes a day. Right? Versus like every day you have to reinvent the goddamn egg before you have scrambled eggs. Right? Just Jody's here. Triple M.
MM
double
rocks,
M.
That's right.
That's right.
Quentin.
Q, Triple D, and MMQ. Yo. So,
and
meanwhile,
for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. Lots of swearing, lots of caring right here, right now. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So
we're
Victoria.
dive in. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
So, first question today is from Gunter in Manifesting Mastery.
I'll tell you what, Triple D Adelia
What'd she say?
is talking about coffee enemas, and they're supposed to be good for weight loss. Now, what's fascinating, right? You can evacuate a building, right? So when you evacuate a building, right? When you say 42 people were evacuated from a building, right?
Yes.
That means something closely related to that coffee amina thing, right? Versus if
apparently.
you say a building was evacuated of 47 people.
We learned that last night,
We learned that by watching The Wire last night.
We did.
Damn, language is powerful. So I'm imagining all of you being evacuated from where you don't need to be anymore.
All having enemas.
Aminas. I love aminas. No,
okay.
An amina.
Okay.
Some people don't like the show. I mean, they're real serious. They feel it real serious people.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Guys.
Sorry if we digressed. But anyway.
All right. We'll start again now.
Phenomena.
So the first question today is from Gunter in Manifesting Mastery.
Gunter.
Help staying in my wish fulfilled.
That's right.
Hi, TT and V.
Oh.
Hiya.
Look at that. I found me a water bottle.
I'll keep it short this time. I still have some troubles allowing myself to stay in the wish fulfilled. But I had a wonderful week at all. Many of my imaginations for friends and family all worked out. And that's great. Have an amazing week.
You too, Gunter.
Yes.
Next. Oh, yeah. This whole anemone thing. Anemone. You notice we can forget you guys are even here. We can have conversations
like
among
amnesia,
ourselves.
isn't it?
We can go someplace else for a bit. Yeah. Amnesia. That's
Yes.
right. And the whole thing is, as long as you remember to return to your dwelling place. Remember what Neville said, where you return to most often. That is your dwelling place.
Yes, yeah.
Right? We explore that in Triple D in some really cool ways. And the thing is, when you get that, it eliminates this whole everyone go like, well, like the 3D is at war with me and I'm at war with it. No, you're not. I mean, like, let's face it, we're going to have Kranskis for lunch, right?
Yeah.
And lamb burgers and Kranskis. And like, for a while, I'm going to forget that pizza totally exists.
Yes.
Right? And then at some moment I go, whoa, pizza. And I may look at that dwelling place from afar and just have it be a house that I look at, or I might slide into that dwelling place and order a pizza, right? So the coolest thing is to just notice, right? You slid out of something yummy, you get to slide into something yummy. No big deal. Celebrate whenever you lose it. Celebrate when you notice when you've lost it, and slide back in. So it's sort of like sex, right? How do I stay in Monica? See, I can get lost in Clinton and come back pretty quick. Phenomena. Oh, look at that. Yes. Tony Triple D. Yo. So let's continue, because we'll weave it in as we do into the other answers and questions.
Okay.
For you.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you for your question, Gunter.
I wonder if I should dangle some participles today, because Q's here.
Yeah, no clickers again.
Yeah, well, they're over there somewhere.
And Q's here, yes.
Yes.
And the next question's for someone who's also here, Sizzling Scott.
Yo, Sizz.
Okay, so Scott.
He's a cheesy kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, I look at Sizzle and I just go, oh, he's so cheesy. He sends me his smiles at Cheese Eater. Cheesy.
Okay. So, Scott from Dream Driven Day, I want to experience more. ... Scott asks, I want to stop understanding and experience more. I just want to stop explaining and experience more. Such as stop understanding how I would experience sipping whiskey in my own luxury place. What do I do?
I love understanding. Understanding's a part of it, right? Like, there's always that thing. Understanding to me is almost like the verbal sideshow versus experiential. Understanding's safe. I mean, if you had two of some things and four, if you had two pairs of twins and each twin had two pairs of pairs, how many pairs would you have? I mean, nobody understands that fucking question when I ask it.
I keep trying to work it out and then I give up.
Yeah, just try it. If you have two pairs of twins and each twins have two pairs of pairs, how many pairs do you got? It's not fucking hard. It's just really confusing.
But are you talking about pairs as in a pair of people?
Are you listening to me?
Or pear as in a pear, a fruit?
So she's trying to understand it.
I am.
Sometimes you just have to surrender to the madness.
Yes.
And it really is, because the whole thing of like, whatever your new or different experience is, it's different, right? It really is. There's a level of madness, of insanity, of one of our current Triple D members basically said about, I'm done with my job, right? You talk to normal people, they will tell you it's madness to quit a job. I've quit so many jobs. I mean, like, I am psychologically unemployable with my name. But whenever you decide, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I want to experience. I really want to experience. I choose to experience not trading time from dollars anymore, getting divorced from time and dollars being married to each other. And it does your fucking head in. And I think that in this whole thing, we go back to betrayal and rejection again in Triple D. Just mention that because I know you've been there, and you can dive back into those resources. But you really get to go, you know what? I'm going to do something insane. I'm going to do something that might feel a little scary. Yeah, I'm going to do. Right? I'm going to do. You mentioned whiskey. You know, like when you start exploring something like the world of whiskey or bourbon, especially if you're with a bunch of mates, some mornings you wake up and you go, "What the fuck was that?"
Maybe I shouldn't have
Yeah,
experienced so much
maybe
whiskey.
maybe I should have understood a little bit more, experienced it a little less.
Yes.
But like Neville says, when you use the law, you've got your choice and you've got risk. Risk. Make waves. But more on that to come. More on that to come. More on that to come. I love saying more on one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. And it's that, yeah, so for you, Scott, as well, I get how, because all the thing in, or your saying has always been not better but different.
Yeah, different is better than better.
Yeah.
I think that's a really big thing because, whenever you're trying to shoot for better, there's always some sort of hill being felt. Again, this is just shit I've noticed over the past 30 years. Versus different, I'm going to try something different. Different will be a little scary, but better. To make a better income, I got to. Yeah,
and I was thinking for Scott, it sounds like that would be different to actually experience something without understanding it. It's
without understanding.
having to understand it. Yeah.
That's right. Try women's. Can't understand them at all. He likes this one. Don't understand it all the time.
She's not.
She's like 41, 59 or something like that.
Yeah, woman to male. I'm probably more a male woman.
That's right.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm
Excellent.
as masculine as it fucking gets.
Thank you, Scott, for your question.
Boom. Triple D, go.
The next question's from Dream Driven Day Tomi.
That's right.
Dream apartment manifesting. Hey, President 20 Clinton.
Yo.
And Commando V. Yo.
She's a soldier.
My desire of living and having my own apartment here in New York City in a nice neighbourhood and easy access to food and trains has been haunting me. And with the episodes this week, I've been stuck on the author and what implies that I have this desire. Any help with what would imply it?
I always notice where people think they're stuck, they're not. That's the only reason why I do any coaching, right? Because, and this is really cool, I suspect you're not stuck at the author. I suspect you're stuck at the producer, right? So here's why I mention it. Ready? It ain't about a dream apartment, it's about your crib, right? Yo, just come on over to the crib, right? Yeah, dream apartment, it's already out there somewhere, right? Versus my crib. This is where I live. People find out where we live, and they always go, wow. Because where we live, it looks like about a 14th century French church when you go down the road, right? It's not like a cathedral. It's very simple, very primitive, very lovely. But when you walk around the garden, it's like storybook. It's like a storybook land, right? But it's home. It feels home. So I'm going to suggest going up into the producer and just noticing what would you lack if this dream apartment was your crib. It's not a dream apartment, it's just your crib. Yo. It's sort of like, I remember my buddy Marty, he was with a girl before I was ever with the girl. And after he was with the girl the first time, I remember seeing him like the day after, and he's like, wow. Right. Right. Now 3 weeks later, he's still having a lot of wow. He's having a lot of wow moments, but like you figure one wow moment every day for 3 weeks, that's 21 wows. It was not a big deal for him anymore. It was still fun. Right. But it wasn't a big deal anymore. It wasn't like he lost his virginity every day. It was just like, yeah, my apartment.
So, can I just ask more for me as well? Because I know
Marty and I were about the same age. He was about 6 months older than me.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. The four mighty ones. So I would have thought that is the setting.
Yes.
And so
we're gonna
if a stage opened its curtain, you would see an apartment in New York.
Yeah, Tommy's crib.
Oh, but to call it, like to feel from that.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yep. So
okay.
What would be lacking if it really was Tommy's crib? Tommy's crib. It's really cool. Don't get me wrong. Tommy's crib. Boom. So it's already natural. What would imply it? Yep.
Come over to my crib.
Yeah, come over to my crib versus feeling it's his dream apartment. It's like, yeah, no big deal. Yeah, we've had the sex 21 times now. Good for us.
21 wows.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Now it's over. Right. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you had your 15 minutes of fame. Yeah.
Cool.
What was that thing from that one show? A 3-hump chump. Yo. Okay. But let's continue because it's going to factor into the other ones too.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Thank you,
we say
Tomi.
3-hump chump, and Mark Dockery says I was in the same boat. The 3-hump chump.
Cool. All right. Thank you, Tomi.
It's horrible being my friend. Like, I get comfortable just... Anyway, poor Cube. More about that later.
And the next question, second question from Tomi in Dream Driven Day. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Oh, boy.
Happy, happy, joy,
Yo,
joy.
Triple D Cassidy.
Versus natural. So Tomi asks, how to feel it natural all the time when I do sessions. How to slash and stab your way out of the sneaky emotions of happy, happy, joy, joy when feeling it real. I've noticed that I sometimes don't feel anything when I do the traditional session. I want to nail it every time, not just sometimes. How do I go about making my sessions as natural and real as possible?
Cool. Remember, so we just did it. We just went up to the producer. So pretty cool, right? So it's really interesting because if you try to... I notice there are people out there, they say, I feel it real. There are no emotions. Neville didn't say it's emotions. Neville said it's the knowing. I never feel an emotion when I feel it real. And I go, oh my God. And I say, you're a fucking moron. And then they feel an emotion. And it's like,
right.
It's like,
got you.
Right. You're supposed to have more of those, not less. Right? It's called living, right? Yeah. So here's the cool thing. So we don't want to prune happy, happy, joy, joy out. We want to let it be what it actually is, which is just an enjoyment, right? Mm. So if we go back to Dream Apartment, right, and we take it way up to the top, it's not what I dream about. It's what I now get that I have, right? So you have your apartment, Tomi's apartment. What would be lacking if it was Tomi's apartment? That it's my dream apartment. It's just where I live, right? I don't have, quote unquote, oh my fucking God, yay. No, it's like, you know what? Oh, cool. We sold 6 copies of $7 ebooks today. Cool, right? Just it's natural, right? Because of the way we've set it up, because of what we've imagined. So the producer sets the stage. Yeah, you know what? I live a life. We've divorced time from dollars. We still do shit every day, but we don't trade time for dollars for the most part, you know? And then we come down to, what's the scene that implies it? Okay, you're having a sip of coffee in your crib, whatever. But we come down to the happy, happy, joy, joy thing because this is the same symptomatic. It's like, right, so you really don't get to prune the emotions out. You just get to reframe it up top there a bit. And when it comes down to actually feeling it real, you'll naturally be more on target. That one sip of in your place. Telling Sizzle, yeah, man, come on over. I'll put the kettle on, right? So, done. So that's where I'd notice. Because when you get the first ones right, that happy, happy, joy, joy manifesting goes away, and the natural emotions just show up. So, Inez, welcome to the show. But we'll tie that in more as we keep going. Victoria, anything you would like to add into that?
No, I was trying to keep up with you.
That's good.
I'll probably get more of it second time, third time around.
Yes.
Yeah,
she gets to see the show 3 times every day because she's live.
Yes.
And then she edits it, and then we do the watch party. Yo, Pilly's here.
And I know I zone out, like, in the live, well, probably all the times, but yeah, and then I feel like I'm trying to catch up with what you're
zone
saying.
out and tune in.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent. Cool. Good one, Tomi.
Tommy's taking notes.
Cool. Thank you for your question.
Look at that, Joe. What up, player? Boom.
The next question's from Diane in Manifesting Mastery. Me pushed out. Diane asks, if everyone is myself pushed out, why are there people who disagree with me or reject my idea? I'm in sales And it sometimes bothers me when certain people say no.
So is it certain people or special people? It's actually specific people, right? So here's the fun thing. This whole me pushed out thing always gets all fucking mucky. Everybody type it fucky mucky, right? Bill Perry, type it fucky mucky, right? So it all gets fucky mucky when so this whole they're all me pushed out, it's all me pushed out, therefore why, you get it all gets all wacky in the head. What does Neville say? Right? Neville basically says, so you enter your state, all that you do, all that befalls you. Everyone that needs to plays their part. You don't get to pick. See, I need Pillsbury to change his name, right? So it's you don't do that. But this whole thing of like, you know what? Not everyone's going to buy. Not everyone likes me. Not everyone blindly obeys me like Q does.
Yeah, you're not being obedient, Diane. I'm joking at you. That's
Alicia,
my word.
Alicia's being obedient. Good girl.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah,
I get that. That's a goodie, actually, because if you're in sales, somewhere you're going to get a no. It's like...
I tell you what, I went, when I was doing credit card processing and gift cards, I went to an Army-Navy store. I had an Army-Navy store, right? You think that would be a fucking easy sell for me? That was one of the most traumatic events of my life. I mean, I got beat to death. I was married to my second wife. I mean, I've had all sorts of really traumatic experiences. But I can tell you, that sales call, it was at 1:45 in the afternoon on a Thursday. I took Friday off. I was like, fuck this. I'm not going back. I'm just checking out for a couple days, right? It was horrible. But was it on me pushed out? I was imagining making a lot of money and having a lot of fun. He played his part perfectly. It wasn't that I needed to get that sale. That sale would have been nice, an extra $200 to $2,000, depending upon, how it all would have rolled. But it's like whenever it all went pear-shaped, I just went, fuck. Right? I have a weapon, right? But it's like, no.
So you imagine having a lot of fun and that happened?
Well, no, so like generally speaking, right? I'm in sales, I'm imagining lots of fun success, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And I walk into an apeshit thing and it's just right. On the other hand, I went into a transmission shop one day. And this guy did what? He fixed transmissions, right? And I'm supposed to sell him smart card technology and electronic gift cards. Like, I mean, it's not like... And
transmissions, mate.
Yeah, well, the boss is telling me, he goes, when you go in, have him talk him into the gift card on transmission fluid changes. If you prepay for 5, you get 2 free or something like that. And I'm looking at him like, Daniel, are you fucking nuts? Right? So, meanwhile, I'm imagining having a great week. Right, boom, smacking it, having a great, So I go in, I sit down. The guy comes in, he's covered with grease and filth and everything. And he says, I'll be 5 minutes. You want a coffee? I said, yeah, I want a coffee. So he brings me a coffee. I sit down, he sits down. And I realize rationally I'm fucked, right? But I'm imagining, great week, sales, all that good stuff. I don't make it about him or that specific sale. And I say, that's a nice car. And because he has a photo of a car on his desk. Do you know this story?
No, I just imagine. That's a nice car.
But so he had this hot rod on his desk, like a Porsche or something like that. So he had this photo of the Porsche on his desk, and he does car shows. And I said, "Wow, you do car shows?" And I said, right. And it turns out that he gets a lot of his business through the car shows because he's meeting people with other cool cars, and he likes swapping the tranny fluid. I mean, tranny. Porsche, whatever. And so I'm like, all right, you got a business card? He goes, yep. And he pulls one out, and it's dog-eared and looks all dumb shit and stuff. And it's got like a drawing of his car on it. And I said, we could put a picture of your car on this. And I showed him an electronic gift card, and he went, sold. Right? I made $2,000. Right? The impossible sale. So I called the office after I left because we're supposed to call anytime we run into trouble so they can do a counter deal. I called after I left, and Daniel's like, why didn't you fucking call? I said, I got the sale. He goes, well, I mean, what'd you get? Just a transfer? And I says, no, full boat. He goes, you got a full boat out of a transmission shop. I'm like, yeah, right? And here's the thing, right? It appealed to the guy's vanity. It appealed to his business model. There's no way I could have figured that out. There's no way Daniel the boss could have figured it out. But I'm just imagining crushing it, and what should be the easy sell has me take 3 days off, right, and just go stare at trees. That's what I did back then. I just stared at trees. It's like, right, and the one that should have been an impossible sell, they're all going, "How'd you do that?" I don't know. I don't know. So
Yeah.
there's that.
You could never have guessed it, as you said, and absolutely perfect for him. And because he gets all his business at the car shows,
Oh, yeah.
you just hand them out as your business card.
Yeah, he's handing out a plastic card with
Very
a photo of his car on it, right?
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
magnetic strip on the back. And I said, you'll never use them for their intended purpose, which is like loyalty programs or whatever. But I said, you could always give someone $100 credit on it, right? They bring their shit in, you give them $100 credit, whatever. I mean, he gets to figure it all out.
Yeah.
But nobody would throw the damn thing out, versus everybody throws out business cards that are dog-eared with oil on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, we don't figure that out. We discover it along the way, because I'm living from this state of, right. So, but more on that as we continue.
Yeah, so it would be interesting to see what Diane's state is that she's living from. Like, what's her... Yeah.
Yep. It's one of those things that also showed up in the group. Somebody said, they posted something about how I always... It's like, you know what? Neville didn't always. I don't always. Right? I mean, every now and then I go out and it's like, none of the meat's on fucking sale. I don't care. Right? Or I don't know what's for lunch. Right? So I get nothing. But the thing is, whenever you let it be all about you, and this whole it's all me pushed out kind of thing, what's me pushed out? Having a fuck ton of fun. Right? Them doing my bidding, yeah. But more on that later.
Cool. Okay. So that was from Diane. Thank you for your question.
Yeah. Thank you, 20, for your answer and your
thank
incessant
you,
rambling.
for your answer. The next question is from Catherine in Manifesting Mastery.
Course.com.
I keep looking in the mirror. Hi, TT and Victoria. I'm around day 30 of MM and I'm loving it so much. But I want to ask if you could offer any guidance on the state of the ideal body shape and size.
Personally, if they're too big, they get in the way. Right? So, I mean, you're just the right size. Anyway, so...
I find myself
Oh,
always...
sorry, that's not what you were asking.
No.
The ideal body shape, something like that.
I find myself looking in the mirror, etc., or feeling uncomfortable in my clothes, and wondered if there was any way of not noticing the 3D when it's right in front of you. Much love, Catherine.
Yeah, always remember the physical follows, the imaginal leads, all that good stuff. But Neville's second question, everyone write this down, right? You remember that from the 007 show? Who knows Neville's question?
Yeah, so it starts with, what do you see? Or something like that.
So the first question was content. We're not going to do that.
No.
Yep.
And then...
So what would you see? Let's not go
Yeah,
there,
that's
because
not that.
we're going to have war now.
Yeah.
I'm imagining big things. I got little things. Little things, I got big things. I need to gain 7 kilos by my wedding.
Is it what other people see?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet, sorry.
Oh my God, it's
I'm
like
trying to
amateur hour.
remember.
I know, it's my long rambling stories. They just...
How would you see the world?
How would you see the world? Cassidy,
I
Triple D,
stole
yo,
that.
yo.
Oh, it was Cassidy, was it? Someone...
Thanks for helping her.
That's bad,
Triple
isn't
D,
it? Like,
Tomi.
here, I should know everything.
I should know everything.
Well, not everything, but
Well,
been with you for 10 years and I'm still like,
well, we get laser focused.
Yes.
That's right.
So how would you see the world?
How would you see the world? As someone at their ideal weight, how would you see the world?
Yeah.
How would you see a donut? Right? It wouldn't be a big deal. Eat it, don't eat it. I get the power of, when I was a kid going to I was a sickly kid, 2 pounds, 4 ounces, allergies, all that stuff. 12 years old, bought 2 books. Robert Teresa's karate book, Jethro Kloss's Back to Eden herbal book. Read Wayne the Dyer, right? Loved the Wayne the Dyer back then.
And Think and Grow Rich.
Tagger, right? Yeah. So walking to the Scottsdale YMCA, and when the reflection that I see as I walk down the street, I'm seeing the different store windows. I'm seeing a young kid that's super fit, popular, lots of fun, all that stuff. Meanwhile, I was a sickly kid. I'd fall into parking meters and stuff. A stiff wind would come and I'd smash into the windows. But the reflection I saw coming back, that's content. That's one thing. And every window I looked at, I saw what I chose. 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 I was more into smashing shit into my subconscious back then. But when you can do that, and it's fun. The mirror method is great. But this whole thing of noticing, how would I experience the world? How would I experience her if weight wasn't an issue? Right? I'd look at her and go, oh, I bet she thinks I'm fat. Ooh, I bet she thinks I'm fat. Ooh, I bet she thinks... Don't look at me. Oh, I'm not taking my clothes off in front of you ever again. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. There is where I'd play. Because you can look in the mirror and see, oh, right? Or you can look in the mirror and see what you choose. That's level 1, content. Question number 2, how would I see the world? Right? And how would the world see me? That follows in there, right? That was like right down on the next bit, and that's where I'd play, right? And remember, 3D, quote unquote, hate the term, can't knock you off your square. Okay, 4D, not fan of the term. You notice I don't do any of that dumb shit. Fuck, man, that just shit drives me nuts. ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, lesson 1. The girls giggled. Right? You look in the mirror and you see shit. Do you go, ugh? Right? That's like the girls giggling, but it's about you cringing. Right? Just take out girls giggled, put in you cringing. Imagine being a young boy trying to walk over to the girls, a young lady looking in the mirror. Ugh. Yeah, you don't have to. You get to go. Whoop, right? Boom. Change it. So and skip all the 3D shit. Fuck, man. That should, 3D. If the 3D world's knocking me out and everyone's pushed me out of the airplane and I go splat and I'm doing cancel on the way down, I just, right?
I noticed someone said that after you do all that, then have a coffee enema.
An emina.
Right. Excuse me.
Ooga. Thank
you, Catherine, for your question.
Yes, and we'll time more on that later.
Okay.
All right. By the way, I appreciate every single one of the questions. Just to be clear, because there are no dumb questions. There are dumb concepts. There are people out there adding dumb shit in, just to be blunt, right? Dumb concept. Repeatedly smash the subconscious. And just... Fuck, man. But more on that shortly. Look at her. She's
no, I heard her fly again.
Yeah, she's like everyone around here except for me is like obsessed with flies.
Well, Bruce and Emmett go try and eat them.
And Emmett.
Okay. The next question's from Scoots in Dream Driven Day.
By the way, I am not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. I did go to naturopathy school. And all you people talking about coffee eminas, right? Now, coffee emina may or may not be a secondary cause. It may or may not be a bridge. More on this later. But I really want you to nail something here. You let the fucker cool off before you stick it in. Right? There are people that do dumb shits. They'll do a coffee emina. They'll make the coffee, pour it in, and try to put it up the thing while it's still fucking hot.
Oh, God.
Do not do that. Every time you think of, like, doing dumb shit, like cancel, right? Think hot coffee emina, right?
Okay. Good one.
I don't know why I go on these Oh, yeah, I'm back to my dwelling place now. See, it doesn't matter how often I leave as long as I come back. More often.
Okay.
Than not.
All right, we'll start again then with this one. The next one's from Scoots in Dream Driven Day. How to have constant wins.
Yes.
How to just experience constant wins every day. Like finding $100 on the ground every day. Or being in the right place at the right time, for instance.
Cool. So let's do a tiny little bit of an examination. If we have an examination, if you're going to do a coffee
Internal,
right? Yeah. so you're always having constant wins. Okay, the thing is, most people are imagining up the same thing, and they're having the same day. On the other hand, I'm always imagining up all sorts of cool shit, dumb shit, funny shit, like all sorts of shit. And I very rarely have a shitty day. All right, I may have a shitty moment once in a while, and I just go, "What the fuck?"
Yes.
Right? but here's where I want you to play. Imagine up so many wild things. Like seriously. I mean, I'm always finding all sorts of goodies and gifts, and people send me shit, and it's just fun. Different is better than better. Notice how many different things you can just imagine up to the point where every day you're having all sorts of wins, and it's like, all right. And by the way, since your state determines all you do and all that befalls you, you can't help but be in the right place at the right time. No, that's right. Dark mockery. See, I want to see Q's podcast and Mark's podcast each other. Sort of like that whole Bill Clinton versus Alex Jones kind of thing. Right? Anyway, you guys make it happen.
Cool. Okay. So that was for Scoots. Thank you.
But more on that before and later. Because they all work together.
Weave in.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you, Scoots from Dream Driven Day. The next question's from Samantha on Facebook. I think I manifested a treatment. My goal is to manifest perfect health and heal from a chronic pain condition.
The coffee emana might be useful or not, just to be clear.
Does this involve manifesting certain treatments I haven't been able to find or access previously? A treatment solution shows itself unexpectedly? Or do I simply live in the end and the condition will improve without treatment? Or is it a bit of both? I'm confused on those details because a treatment solution just manifested, which will be very beneficial. Thank you.
I find stuff like this fascinating because it's sort of like the thing of, well, if I'm imagining being super freaking wealthy, does it mean I have to do anything? Because sometimes, like, I got a guy who's imagining something super wealthy and suddenly he's getting new ideas. Coolio, right? Your ideas are coming from a state. I'd suggest running with them. Right? You may eliminate some as like, yep, that was fun, but now we're done. Sort of like, I mean, some girls are good for a weekend, some are good for a while. Right? So you get to find out who's who along the way. But the whole thing of like, so this whole loogie thing comes out, and everybody's going fucking goddamn ape shit, right? And so, like, I personally find myself, I love nutritional supplementation. And there are people that criticize me because if he really believed he'd eat nothing but gravel guts and he'd be healthy and happy. It's like, all right. Anyway, because you're too fucking cheap, right? Or you're too fucking focused on me instead of on you, right? See, I imagine long life, lots of energy, lots of fun. And I find, you know what? Nutritional supplementation makes sense to me. It burls around the box. I import vitamin D3 because you can't get it here in Australia. That's worth a shit. So on and so forth. So we take a lot of vitamin D3, right? And vitamin A in a specific thing. Why? Because that's part of my background and I find it useful, right? You may not. I don't care, right? Some people like to type. Some people like to script. Some people use cursive language, like we learned in Catholic school. Cursive language.
I think that's script.
Yeah, cursive language. Google it. Now,
Yes.
So the whole loogie thing hits, and there's this news out of the UK, and the news out of the UK says people that are smarter than Mr. 2020 have noticed that healthcare workers that smoke tobacco are not getting the loogie, and they suspect that nicotine is binding with the receptors that the loogie would bind with, and it's preventing the loogie from getting to them. And I go, fascinating. Because when this loogie shit hit, I found myself just desiring to smoke cigars more. Now, did that help me not get the loogie or have the loogie and be asymptomatic? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care.
The same with the D3.
Same with the D3, right?
Yeah.
We've been taking, like, we tell my buddy Cube about how much D3 he takes. He goes, like, I mean, you should be, like, that'll poison you. I said, been doing it for 3 years, not dead yet, right? Yeah. And here's the thing. I imagine something, I find myself doing something. She imagines something, she finds herself doing something. You imagine health and healing, pain-free, all that stuff. And if you're drawn to a treatment, I don't care what it is, right? Don't ever blame the treatment. Let it be the bridge that it is. It's sort of like, one more metaphor. If you were in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and you finished your Permane Brothers sandwich, and you drove over to the south side, went to Jack's Bar, and then to Bloom's Cigar Company right around the corner, and got a box of smokes, and then put them in the mail to send them to me, Mr. 2020, 30 Kringle Drive, Eltham, Victoria, 3095er. Write down books on the package, right? And you did all that, and you decided, I want to go to Portland. Right? And you get in your shit car or your cool buggy, I don't know what you drive, and you start driving west, right? Sooner or later, you may or may not make it to Portland, right?
Depending on your
But
car.
here's the thing. You don't blame the music. You don't blame the car. You're driving it. You may drive halfway and decide to sell it and get a motorbickle, right? And then you get on your motorbickle, 30 Kringle Drive. Yeah, Karingal, not crinkle.
Kringle.
Kringle. I'll say it slow because.
But not Chris Kringle.
That's right.
Car Ringle.
Karingal. So, more on that. If anybody wants it, let me know. But so you're on your road trip. You don't blame the car. You don't blame the map. You don't blame the petrol. You're driving it, right? And you may drive that car. You may buy a motorbickle along the way. Tacos and vitamin D3. Sizzle, you're my kind of guy. So, more on that later, but you get where I'm playing? If you're imagining being healthy and you're attracted to a treatment or a practitioner of something or whatever, you do what you do. It's also one more sideways. Ready? People say, acupuncture, acupuncture. I love acupuncture, right? But at the same time, it's like, why doesn't acupuncture work for everyone? It works 100% of the time for the people that it works 100% of the time for, right? Nothing works 100% of the time for everyone because it's not necessarily their bridge. So you imagine up what you do, you let your bridges unfold, maybe you get the treatment, maybe it contributes to your journey, maybe you meet someone in the waiting room, we don't know. But it's just good fun. So, have fun. And what to imagine? Imagine what implies your wish is fulfilled. If you want to frolic naked in the meadow after a coffee amina, cool, right? You imagine out in the meadow farting a latte or something, I don't know. Farting a latte farting. Anyway,
Cool.
Imagine what implies your wish is fulfilled, let the middles take care of themselves, and have fun. Again, the whole biggest thing, fun.
Yeah.
Yep, clicking parpa dimples, says Sizzle. That's right. So, Victoria.
Okay, so that was from Samantha. Thank you very much for your question.
Yep. Stay tuned.
Okay, well, still a few more. Okay, the next question, yes, I was just double checking, is from Dream Driven Day Tomi. Screwing up, I remember when. Right. Tommy asks, how to not screw up, I remember when, and how to avoid traps that most people fall into with I remember when. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh there. 20, I want to nail this tool, how to get into the I remember when state or feeling I notice when you demonstrate it. Sometimes you look up to the right or left. Is that an NLP thing with the brain?
Well, NLP is the study of the breadcrumbs left behind by human experience. So, of course, right? Now, beyond all that, let's just get it real simple. If you're pissed off, I mean, you're ready to fucking rumble, man. You're ready to turn people into Pez dispensers. Somebody type it down.
Pez
People
dispensers.
into Pez dispensers, right? You can, at any time, you can remember when you were pissed, right? And you don't go, I remember when I was pissed and was going to rip your fucking head off. Right? That gets you arrested, right? But being able to, like, I used to drink and drive, right? This is the old days. And I used to also be a cop. But one thing I noticed, there were some people sometimes that had this amazing capacity to sober the fuck up, right? So it was like, I remember when I was a cop, I had the flu really bad, but I'm still going to work because this is pre-loogie police officer, right? And I'm at work. I needed the money, right? And so I'm driving around in the car, and I'm just, oh, fuck. And the silent alarm goes off on the bank on the corner of 3rd and Main in West Newton. Flu was gone. Right? I was instantly totally healthy, right? Because, I mean, there may be hostages, there may be dead people, maybe the cleaning lady tripped the alarm. turn her into a Pez dispenser, right? But you can remember when easily, right? You do it all the time anyway. That's the cool thing, because whenever you question, Ross says on duty. Now, I didn't drink and drive on duty, but I do got a funny cop story about beer and on duty. But that we'll save that for another show, because this one's getting long anyway. But remind me, Ross. I'll tell it to you.
Cool.
But you can just let it go into the past. Let it go into the past. Die, right? So, but more on that shortly. What not to do? I remember when I was pissed off. I remember when I wanted to turn him into a Pez dispenser. I remember when I was talking to you, officer, before I removed your weapon. I remember when you put me in prison. When people do that, like seriously, it ain't auditory, pal. It's feeling. So there's the biggie. That is a phenomenal question, says Sizzle.
Yeah.
Are you getting bored?
No, I'm just...
I try not to bore.
Around.
I try not to bore people.
I'm not getting bored. Yeah, so I was just wondering, like, how... Because for me, for example, I remember when the garden was a shithole here. It really was. But does that imply... For me, it implies what it's become.
Yes. So if you walk out today and you're overwhelmed by something you look at,
yes,
you apply that feeling of remembering when the garden was a shithole to remember when that was a problem.
Right.
So that feeling just...
So if I get overwhelmed at something I've got to do in the garden, do you mean?
Absolutely.
I see, got you.
You walk out and you go, oh, fuck, man. Yeah, you just right. Yeah, you don't go, I remember when I was pissed off. Victoria, what are you doing? I'm remembering when. Ooh, you just keep going. I'm going to revise that. Yeah. Yo.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you, Tomi, for your question. Yeah.
Answer.
And thank you, 20, for your answer.
No problem.
Cool. Yeah. The next question... Right, I was just checking. The next question's from Chris.
Yep, these are the two long ones.
An email. And the first one, 20's called Common Mistakes Number 1. Chris asks, hello, Mr. 20. I hope you're doing good. I've purchased 2 of your packages and I like what you have to say about Neville's teachings.
Coolio.
Sometimes I wonder what I should be thinking when I'm not doing my sessions in order to expedite my manifestations. Meaning the type of thoughts I should be deliberately having when I'm going about my everyday life.
Somebody write down the word manager. Right? Manager.
Or director.
Oh, no. Manager.
Okay.
All right.
It's just tying it back into that show. But, all right.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
The way that I see it these days, if I'm not thinking thoughts that are related to the attainment of the wish fulfilled on the many desires that I have, then I'm just not putting my mind or imagination to use correctly. Should I be repeating a mantra in my mind, such as, I already am what I want, or repeating mental affirmations that have to do with my desires all day?
All right. Manager, right? Now, by the way, I love that you brought the director into this.
Yes.
Right? So you got to prune the vine, right? So, but it's not really about, so I'm going to make myself think what would imply or that I am already that. So I would just notice, right, if you're having internal experiences, let's just call them that aren't with your wish fulfilled, you prune them, slash and stab.
Yeah.
What do we call that episode, Victoria?
The Four Mighty Ones, Part 3.
Slash and stab.
Well, I didn't put slash and stab in, but yes.
Yeah, I did.
I know it was slash and stab,
Slash
and I
and
know
stab.
a lot of the women here really liked it.
Yeah, chicks love slash and stab.
Slash and stab.
Hoo-ha,
Yes.
That's right. So, jump into that. But I think the big thing is noticing. So Neville says you can do nothing to make it happen, right? And that doesn't mean do nothing. What it actually means is don't try to make it happen other than moving into the state of your wish fulfilled. If you're actually in your state, right? If I'm in a state of double man come work half the time, I'm going to have a lot of problems coming up with new programs that fit with the old strategies, right?
So can you say that one more time? If you're in the state of...
Yes.
Yes. Will you, please?
Yeah. if I'm in the state of doubling my income and working half the time,
right.
I'm not going to be able to produce another program that has the same strategies and systems as what I have been doing.
Yeah, right.
Because that'll just additive.
Yep,
Right?
yep.
So when I double my income and work half the time, what I'm working on right now for next year is phenomenal. Right? It's many steps up for some really different kind of game changing, right? And some work that I've been longing to do. Got it? So this whole thing here of when I got into the state of income doubled, working half the time again, now I've got a whole new thing going on, right? I'm not going, how do I create another course like Manifesting Mastery to add a couple more sales in our pocket?
No,
Yeah.
because that won't do it.
That wouldn't do it. So your thinking, will automatically, your emotions will automatically change when you're in your chosen state. And if you're not there, no affirmation will help. My suggestion, nail your state, get on with your day. It's like loving happy husband. I mean, like she's going to be doing something with her mother over some weekend or something like that. It's supposed to be a 3-hour tour, probably be a 5-hour tour. Yeah.
Well, Chris takes 7. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris takes 7. But I'll probably dick around and burn some meat or something, right? Just for fun, stuff that I wouldn't do. Like I'll make chicken heart surprise or something like that. Stuff that she wouldn't tolerate or enjoy.
There you go, Lynn.
Right?
Yes.
I'll do when she's not here. But it doesn't mean that I'm not still a loving husband. It's the fact that, all right, she's out doing her shit. Loving husband will be here when she gets back.
Or you'll eat pizza with the dogs.
Yeah, or I'll eat pizza with the dogs or something. You get it?
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. You know, if you're having thoughts that don't fit, prune the vine, slash and stab, check out that video. And yeah, the main thing is just nail it. But more on what's coming next. Go for it, Victoria. Let's continue. This is good.
Cool. Excuse me. Okay. And the next question is also from Chris. It's another email from Chris. What else can I add in?
Cool. Getting a thing? You don't need to add anything in. If anything, start taken away. Right?
Yes.
You find the mind strays, the director. Check out that video.
I tend to create a mental loop that revolves around the mental scene. I start again. I tend to create a mental loop that revolves around the mental scene I constructed to feel my particular wish fulfilled. For example, let's say that I'd like to have a new pair of shoes. I would create a scene where someone compliments me on my brand new shoes and shakes my hand to congratulate me. Once I am 2 or 3 minutes into my meditation, I repeat this same scene over and over in my head for the remaining of my static into sleep session. I guess I'm just wondering if there is anything else I could be doing to feel my sessions even realer. Anyways, thank you in advance for taking the time to read my email. I really appreciate it. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care.
Cool. Chris, this is awesome shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Right? I'm 54 still.
Has anyone shaken your hand for having new shoes?
Never. Not once.
No,
right?
not me.
So it's sort of like I get emails that like, and I'm imagining my mom congratulating me because of my newfound financial freedom and that I am a millionaire. And it's like, my mom has no fucking idea what I'm worth. I suspect she knows that I'm doing well because she doesn't call and say, "Are you okay?" Right? Are you guys starving yet? I mean, I don't hear that from my mother. My mom says, "What are you up to?" I says, "Portable, disposable, yeah, all that good stuff." But so what would really happen?
My friends would say, "Wow, you look awesome. Love your shoes. Where'd you get them? I want a pair." Or something like that.
Would they?
Huh?
Would they?
If they'd seen that they were new shoes,
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you get those shoes from? I like them.
You get it? This
Something
is real.
like that.
This is the real. How would you feel?
Like chuffed, proud, like
Whoa.
status.
Boom. Got it? It's like that.
Yeah.
Right? So what would really happen if you had new shoes? If your friends would shake your hands and all that stuff, that's cool. But what's the real thing? Joe Weldon says, nice shoes. Right? Yeah, nice shoes.
Yeah.
Right? Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that you'd get a huge hit of status if Joe Weldon said that to you.
That's right. Here's one that I give a lot. Yo, look at you. Right?
Well, you.
Yeah, look at you. Right? Wait. You get how real it is?
Yeah.
She's heard it once or twice. Looky, looky, looky. Yeah, that's a compliment, right? Or, yo. You know, that's simple, right? Just nail that, right? Yeah, really let the congratulations be very literal, what you actually would experience.
And like you were getting to, I think, or you even maybe said, but then not only what they're saying, but the feeling inside. Like for me, like you said, how do you feel? It's like,
Yep.
Really chuffed.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I mean, if somebody looked at me and said, "Nice shoes,"
Then you know they were lying.
Let me shake your hand, right?
I would.
Yeah, if I was still in America, I'd probably cap them twice in the head, right? First of all, you're not social distancing, sir. Right, and then fuck, man, imagine the blood splatters. I mean, I'm sure that would violate a lot of laws with the loogie. It's like reckless endangerment. So it's now I got 2 in the K zone, yo. Right.
I love that, Joe. I always get this fucking guy.
All right. So again,
yeah.
notice any tendency to add in. Let the scenes be as simple as possible. I always talk about Victoria's Yum for lunch. I don't think you've ever shaken my hand for lunch.
No.
That doesn't mean she didn't give me congratulations.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like we said, we don't know the culture that Chris has been raised in.
Yeah, or lack of.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't know your culture or lack of, Chris.
Yeah, once you get a pair of thongs, like
Well,
in Australia.
Yeah, we don't talk about what thongs are here. Yeah, when I moved here, her brother's going, "So, Mr. 20, you get some thongs?" I'm thinking,
He didn't know.
Yeah, like where I come from, a thong is like that G-string thing you wear going up your ass. Like, go on, Clinton. Well, I was going to say, if you don't have any, I could lend you mine.
Anyway,
They're
just rubber shoes.
Yeah,
With a V.
they're the things that you wear.
Like a sandal.
Yeah, the things that you wear when you try not to kill yourself, right? When you're going to the shower. People say, "Why don't you wear thongs in the shower?" Because I'm not into fucking dying here.
Yeah, like flip-flops, someone said.
Yeah, flip-flops.
Yeah.
I don't do flip-flops.
We call them thongs as well.
Yep. Anyway.
All right.
So with all that,
back to Chris. Yes.
Yep, nice, sweet, and simple, right? So whatever your actual thing is, that. Right.
Cool.
Right.
Okay. So it's for Chris. You took 2 questions. Thank you very
here's
much.
Here's a congratulatory conversation my buddy Jim used to have with my buddy Cube. Jim would say, 20 makes money sharing his lunch. Right? That's a compliment to me. Because Jim gets my strategy. I want you to see that I'm real. Right? So you'll notice, Victoria, we don't have a flashy studio, and she's not wearing her $20,000 top, and so on and so forth. We're just being us, right? Yeah, I'm being a dick. She's being nice. She tries to mitigate the things, you know. Yeah, I'm the offense. She's the mitigating circumstance. Yeah, that's real, man. It's real.
Cool.
All right, and one more.
Cool. Yeah, so thank you, Chris, for your questions. They were great.
Really good, because a lot of people, they try to add in shit, make it heady. You'll notice we just keep taking it right back to silly, simple, speedy. Right? So, seriously, you got your new shoes? And your friends go, "Yo, dog, hope you don't step in no dog shit in them hot-ass sneaks, yo." Right?
Or like in Dog Day. What was that? Was it Dog Day? What was that show where he
I have
keeps...
no idea.
He keeps having the same day every day. But
the Groundhog Day.
He keeps stepping in that same puddle.
Yeah. Now, if you had new sneaks and you stepped in the puddle and you went, "Fuck," and your friends went, "Dude."
Yeah, laughed at you.
There's a congratulatory
That's a goodie
conversation, right there. That fast.
Yeah.
Darkery is here. Mark Darkery.
He's been here for
Dark
ages.
Markery.
Yeah.
I know. We've addressed him several times. We talked about the Eminas and stuff.
Oh, yes, the coffee. Yeah,
15 minutes of fame. 3 home chump.
And the last question today is from Jody in Manifesting Mastery. How to experience the promise. How can you attract the spiritual experiences that Neville had?
Cool. Since you used an IU push, I'll run with it that way.
Okay.
When I experienced those things, it happened because I was 100% done with bullshit. When my focus was on, you know what, I just want the fucking truth. Like, my life fucking blows, got PTSD, yada, yada, yada. All I want's the truth. I'm just tired of dumb shit. I'm tired of dogma. I mean, I was raised Catholic. I went Pentecostal, did Church of Jesus, and I investigated all sorts of Eastern things. And it's like, you know what, at the end of the fucking day, what's behind it all? Right? I just want to get to the truth and be fucking done with this shit. And that was it. As soon as that was, because I had no interest in being right, comparative religions, going to hell if I get it wrong, I was already in hell. Right? Just like, you know what, done with all this shit. And that's when all the good shit happened. I walked around like I was an epileptic Parkinson's, right?
Right.
I managed to, walk around like I had Parkinson's for like 2 years. That's, the electrical shebang thing hit me so fucking hard. Those experiences are very real. Like Neville says, when the vibration hit him, he thought he was having a stroke, dying, that kind of thing. Yeah, I remember going, oh shit, man, going out with a fucking goddamn bang. Me and my little bed, had a little bed in the back room. My little bed. It's like My Little Pony. That may have been during the Clinton years, too. Imagine that. Monica. Right? And consequently, it was after that, by the way. So I experienced those things, Dark Night of the Soul, so on and so forth. And that's when I started deciding, you know what, I have to divorce time for dollars, because, having experiences like that made me realize I'd still like to have the mortgage paid when I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? And like those kind of experiences, they really do reorient the shit out of you. So if you feel them coming, cool. If you don't feel them coming, cool. Doesn't matter. Jody says not religious. That helps, right? That really does. And you also get to discover that you probably are religious without knowing it, right? Because pretty much you can't grow up in a Judeo-Christian culture without having some shit wiggle in there. Even if it's like we'll explore in Triple D, the whole thing of like, if I'm good, I'll get good shit. Right? If I'm gooder, I'll get gooder shit. Right? It ain't fucking Santa Claus, right? So if I'm naughty, I'll get naughty shit. I'm gonna be naughty. Monica.
Cool.
Anyway. Yeah,
How can I track those experiences? Waiting for them.
Yeah. Stop waiting. Just seek truth and get on to just putting tons of buns in the oven and have fun. Remember, the law and the promise, in my opinion, they're the same thing. They're different sides of the same coin. The law is about you become one with who you choose to be, right? I choose to be a BMW owner. I don't just imagine it someday I'll own a nice shit car. No, I just move into the state of BMW owner, and then I own a BMW. I'm in the state of loving puppy dad. I'm one with those things. That's the law. The promise, on the other hand, is all about discovering that you're one with God. Your awareness of being is God. So you're not walking around like trying to force it, make it, find it. If you're willing to notice it, you'll notice it. What will happen will happen. And that's what I'd suggest. Play with a lot of buns, have some fun. You get to discover that the world is not diametrically opposed to spirituality. A lot of people come in with that one in some very sneaky ways. It's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have desires because they might get in the way of me. And no, you want a pizza? Dial up a pizza. Become one with someone who's eating pizza. And then you get to enjoy your pizza. And then, the good shit. So, that's the short answer with that one. But
Good
thanks,
one.
Jody. Cool.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're here, Jody, to hear that. That was great.
So, Victoria.
Yes.
You're going to do your thing. Again, we get to notice how much we've shrunk during the show.
I know.
Just sit here in the cushions compact
I think I was
a little
down
bit.
a lot. You know when you said, what are you, bored? Because I was shuffling back up. Because I think I'd slunk right down.
Yeah.
Excellent. So thank you, Jody, for your question. And they said thank you. And thank you, 20, for your
I'll give you one more shortcut, right?
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they compared Neville's experiences with the Kundalini thing, and a lot of people into the Kundalini thing say, oh, this is a special time, special thing, you're special now. No. Everyone gets to fucking wake up, right? If anything, God, the people that choose to remain unaware of this stuff, life is a hell of a lot, quote-unquote, simpler in a way. But once you really fully accept who you are, how this works, you have whatever experiences you get to have, then you realize, like, saying the word fuck don't matter, right? Looking at the pretty girl don't matter. Drinking some whiskey don't matter, right? Because before all that, I mean, you have all this stuff. I'm trying to earn my way into noticing, to having, and so many people do that. Well, if you want to have your awakening, then you have to, like, think pure thoughts, drink pure water. And once you have it, you can sell pure piss for other people to drink to speed up their awakening. It's like, I'm serious. I mean, like, it's like, fuck, man. Just enjoy Budweiser if that's what you want. You know, seek truth and settle for nothing less.
Look what Mark Dockery just put up. Ever notice that I am God backwards is dogma I.
Oh. All right.
Thank you.
You're my cat, my 8-year-old
Okay,
dog.
so that was today's show. Thank you very much, everyone. I've seen loads of people say it was a great show. I'm glad it wasn't a show.
The reverse of evil is live. That's why it's Feel It Real Fun live, not dead. That's
show. Right.
That's right.
So what we want to know is, Quentin's beat me to it.
Yo.
What was your strawberry bit?
Victoria, what was yours?
Well, I really like, and it seemed to be for a lot of the answers to, well, for some anyway, but remembering that director show, the Slash and Step, but the state of director, and just keep returning, because once you've got your general theme, once you've got your final scene, what implies your wish fulfilled, that director, that's the key role.
Totally, absolutely.
Just to keep you
a
slash and stab,
slash and
focused
stabby.
on, no, this is what it is. So that is my strawberry bit for me. What are you doing?
When was Bill Clinton in office?
Here's what I found from wikipedia.org. Clinton was the 42nd President of the United States, serving from 1993 to 2001.
Yep, so I would have been experiencing the promise during the Clinton years.
Wow.
I'll be damned.
And that spiritual stuff. No wonder you almost, what's the word?
I'm balancing everything out now.
No, but the way you can model him, it's like you're almost spiritually, what do they say when you're able to bring someone's voice through? What are they
channeling
called?
Clinton.
Channeling.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find.
Monica.
Oh, that's true. Make sure the coffee is cool.
Yeah.
Before you use it for an enema. That's right.
Amina.
Can someone answer this in the moment? Oh, I can't.
I can't see it.
Can't
You
see.
have
Sorry.
to email that to us.
Yeah, email
Let's
20.
scroll through.
Cool.
All right.
All right, you
So,
guys.
Victoria, did we do all that yet?
No, we haven't done any
Oh
of
my
that.
God.
Just keep your dick out of the rum cake. All right. So while you type in your story bits, thanks loads for being here. Go visit freeneville.com.
221 pseudo random. Oh.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Half a donut, raw beg. Y'all know the rest.
Yeah. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel.
Oh, that was Buddy.
Visit our YouTube channel, feelarealfun.com. Okay.
Dear. Okay, gotta bend forward, bendy.
Right.
Love you guys. Have a lovely day.
And we'll catch you next week.
Boom.
See us.